What's up, guys, and welcome to the Eagle Report for a disappointing match against... Well, I wouldn't say disappointing, but a disappointing result, that's for sure, against a very experienced, a very well-mannered, very... what can you say? Very... a very just solid Essendon side who got away with the win in the end. I think I'm very happy with the way we stuck into this game. We didn't let our heads drop off, no matter how far we went behind. I don't think the Essendon lead went out that much, but we hang in there. We were always within striking distance, and I think the kind of low scoring affair helped us with that. But yeah, Essendon, they hit the post about 5 times this game. Yeah, a couple of disappointing moments, especially when it mattered most in the final quarter, kind of prevented us from that win. And there's one moment I just want to touch on, and it was Jamie Cripps he kind of pushed over Nick Martin. Nick Martin went down easily. That was kind of just after, it was when Waterman took a mark inside 50. This would have brought it back to 4 points with a good, I have to say, around 5 minutes left in the game, 4 minutes. And we still scored another goal after that, but Martin got reversed, the free kick got overturned or reversed, and it went Essendon's way, and I think they went down and scored a few behinds, and then they might have even scored a goal to put us 12 points behind. I think they did, in fact. And then we scored one with about a minute to go in the game. We couldn't get one at the end. I mean, we're inexperienced in those situations, but I think that's just a lack of leadership from Cripps out there on the pitch. Kelly played well today. He was probably our standout player. Barras was all around at Waterman with 3 goals. Should have had more. Bailey Williams was really good with his marking. Jack Williams just finishes the chances he gets. But for them, I think their standout player, I think it was Zach Merritt. He kicked some absolute beauties. And the one from the boundary, it was right in front of us, and it was a very good goal. But it's just annoying, this game. I feel like it's annoying as an Eagle supporter, annoying as annoying as a football supporter in a way. The way we lose the game perhaps is because of an overturned free kick. But I think Essendon, we do have to give them credit though still. Nonetheless, they were definitely the better team. Some other matches this round we had. The Showdown Crows comfortable win over Port Adelaide. Nick Dacos wins it for Collingwood against Carlton Swans. Comfortable win over GWS. Same can be said for Saints over North. Close game between the D's and the Cats, but the D's get out on top, and I think that was a bit of a back and forth fourth term. Cats were looking like they were going to get back into it, but the D's kept kicking away. West Coast lost to Essendon. Freo, really good kind of start against the Tigers. I think Freo have seen in poor form recently. Oh no, they beat the Dogs last week, so it's not that poor. But they had 3 losses in a row before that. Hawks, the second win of the season over the Dogs, massive. That final quarter was just going back and forth. Well, it wasn't really going back and forth, but the Hawks were hanging on for a good period of time, and the experienced Dogs have now lost 2 in a row. And then the Q Clash Lions beating the Suns. As we look at the current table, ladder, I keep thinking about. Anyway, Swans 1-7, lost 1. They sit top of the ladder. The good win over GWS to give them their second loss of the season. They're kind of like clusters. I like to look at it. Essendon have been very very good, even though I actually don't think they've been that good. But like in terms of their ladder, I think they haven't been able to go to their very best, because they only just beat the Crows, who at the time weren't playing their best footy. They just beat West Coast, who were sitting down in 15th. So I feel like they've been kind of just getting over the line, and their percentage kind of reflects that, the 95 percentage. But I feel like they're sitting 5th, and they haven't played their best footy this season. So I think Essendon can be a scary team to look out for. I can't see Cluster with the top 4 there. I think Carlton could jump back into that, or Collingwood. But that kind of top 4 is nice and solid. I think the weakest of the bunch there is the D's. As I feel like they did just beat the Cats, but maybe not. We'll see. And then Freo, I feel like they're kind of overperforming, like what they have at the club at the moment, and how I actually think they are as a club. That I reckon they're not the 6th best side in the AFL at the moment, but similar to Essendon, they just found a way to get 5 wins on the board, and they're sitting pretty in 6th. Port, they've been the team that can just let you down sometimes when you think they're really going to excel and go late into September. They just let you down. Carlton, their form hasn't really been at the best. 2 losses in a row, 3 losses from their last 4 games. But I think they can really, like when they want to play good footy, they can. And that loss to Collingwood will be disappointing. Collingwood, kind of trying to get their season back on track after a poor start, losing their first 3. After that, they haven't lost. Gold Coast, they've been just a solid side. But I feel like against the top clubs, they don't really have a way to... I was trying to find Brizzy there, but they don't have a way to stop them. Brizzy, they've just... I don't know, they just haven't been good this season. But they just need to keep picking up wins, and they need to just approach this one game at a time, and they need to know that they are a big club and do have levels to go to. The Dogs, disappointing, but I feel like their standards have dropped as of late. As like they just haven't been able to pull together good performances. Crows, same could be said, but I think they're heading in the right direction now with 2 wins in a row. The Saints, they're a bit of a team. You just think, you always think that they're going to make the 8. It's going to be their year. Even though last year they did, but they always kind of find a way to just fall out of it. And I think they are better than the club, than the 4 below, and they're probably the best out of all the teams, apart bar Brizzy, between 14th and 10th. But I just feel like when they play their best, they're good. But when they're not on it, they can be really easy to open up and find a way to score fluidly against. West Coast, they're just like, I don't even know how to speak on my own club. They can have some good performances, but they can just be so easy to open up and break down. But our percentage has been good this season. Hawks, they can just, I don't know, they're underperforming, but then again, like, they're kind of going through a rebuild phase, and they've got lots of young talents like Will Day, Newcomb, Ginnivan's at the club now. Like, there's lots of that like this club could go places with. They've got a young core, and I think that's very good consistency. That Richmond, they've just been crap this season, and same can be said for North. But North, I feel like it's been extremely disappointing, because you just always feel like North are gonna change. They're gonna get off the bottom. They've been at the bottom for so long. Even think back to lockdown times, it was them and the Crows who were the bad teams. The Crows have stepped out from that, and they're now good. The Swans were also pretty poor at that time. They look where they are now. They've made a grand final. In between those years, the North have just been stuck in the bottom 2 that whole time. But, maybe they just need to find something. They need to then they finally click. But anyway, thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.